Bryson, he is obviously in the race to win through giving back to the community, through taking time to train and to practice what he wants to do, and to help his family become more of a success in what he's doing in key innovations and products. So here's Bryson.
Beautiful.
Yes. 7 a.m. on a Friday morning, I sat on my floor, feeling the plush carpet beneath me. Wedged between my bed and my side table, there I sat. I could smell the coffee I had brewing, and in between raindrops, I heard on my patio, I heard a voice talking to me over the phone. And he said two things to me. Bryson, when you get up in the morning, I want you to make a list of things you're going to accomplish today. Little things that you can easily achieve and accomplish. Write them down and do them every day. Also, I want you to think of something that will give you joy, pleasure, and happiness. And you'll do that at the end of your day. And in that very moment, that's when the change started. You've had change in your life. Friends, transforming speakers, and anyone who's ever been stuck and they had to make a change, this change is about you. You've had easy changes and you've had hard changes, but I don't mean them as far as difficulty or complexity. When I say easy change, I mean a change has occurred in your life and you were easily able to move into that change. When I say hard change or difficult change, it's been a change that caught you. You didn't know how to move into it, and you got stuck. Can you think of a time when you got that gift that you always asked for? For years and years and years, me, my brother, and my sister, we begged, we pleaded, we cried for our parents to get us this one particular gift. Every other kid I knew had this gift. And in 1990, there on the floor, behind the Christmas tree, something was there. And can you imagine our faces as we opened up all our presents, but there was one left, a big one, behind the tree. We bent down, we picked it up. Yeah, that's about the right size. Yeah, that's about the right weight. We tore open the paper. We got Nintendo! We were the happiest kids. And December 25th, 1990, the happiest day of my life. And we enjoyed it. It was what we always wanted. We asked for it for years. And from December 25th, 1990, being the happiest day of my life, to 8 months later, August 1991, when Super Nintendo came out. From happy to sad in 8 months. But I had the gift I wanted. But not so much anymore. I now wanted Super Nintendo. And you know what? That was an easy change. Because all it took was, Mom, take me to Toys R Us, give me an advance, a big advance on my allowance, and a couple $100 later, I would have Super Nintendo. And I moved into that change to the new gaming system quite easily. That was an easy change. But has there ever been a time in your life where you experienced a hard change and you got stuck? It happened to Blockbuster. Blockbuster, the movie company. What happened to them? They got caught in a big change. The environment of renting movies changed, and they didn't. What happened to Blockbuster? It's going to be crazy when you and I tell our kids and grandkids that, one day, back in the day, we used to go to a movie store and rent movies. We drove to a store, we took a movie off the shelf, we took it home to watch, and drive it back. Crazy stories we were going to tell our kids and grandkids one day. But Blockbuster got caught and didn't change. Got stuck. I had a friend, she got stuck. She had to make a change. She knew what she had to do, but she couldn't move. She felt that she was incapable. She told me that she was sad every single day. You would say that she had the big D down on her. And it got to a point where she had to get on antidepressants. I didn't understand. I understood, but I didn't understand. Because here's what I saw. I saw a beautiful girl. She had a great job, made lots of money. She owned a condo in White Rock with a peak view of the ocean. She owned her own car, and she was going somewhere. She didn't think so. And she later told me that I was one of 2 people who really helped pull her out of her stuckness. She was stuck, and I helped pull her out. I did lots with her. I took her on activities. I kept her busy. I made her move to get her out of her rut. And I remember we were skiing at Whistler, and we were sitting in a chair, a Harmony chair. It's a 4-person chair. Just the 2 of us are sitting there. And she turned to me and said, "You know, Bryson, one day, everything will make perfect sense. So for now, just laugh at the confusion, just smile through your tears, and just keep reminding yourself that one day, that everything happens for a reason." In that moment, I didn't know if she was talking to herself, or if she was talking to me. And maybe you've helped a friend, or at least you thought you were helping a friend, when really they were helping you. Because maybe you found yourself stuck in a change, not being able to move. You need to make a change in your personal life. You need to make a change in your business life. Or maybe you want to change your relationships. But you were stuck, you didn't know what to do. You didn't know how to take that first step towards change. There are 2 mice playing in a barn. And from the rafters, they look down, and they can see down the floor, there's a fresh, frothy, rich bucket of freshly squeezed milk. With no farmer around, the mice decide that they must partake in this delicacy. The mice climb down from the rafters, down to the floor, up the rim, up the side of the bucket, onto the rim, and with their back legs, they claw into the rim of the bucket, and they dip down into the bucket to partake in this delicacy, this rare treat. They sip, they slurp, they gulp up this warm milk. Their bellies bulge, and inevitably, their little feet hanging onto the edge of the bucket can't hold on anymore. And like 2 synchronized swimmers, they both fall into the bucket. Now the first mouse panics. It tries to go to the edge of the bucket, tries to climb the slippery side of the bucket. It's no use. And the mouse falls below the surface of the milk. Now the second mouse, also panicked at first, starts to thrash about. Starts to thrash and thrash and thrash. And the milk begins to thicken. The mouse paddles and paddles and paddles. It thickens into cream. The mouse churns and churns and churns and churns the cream. The milk thickens to cream. The cream turns to butter. And the mouse climbs out of the bucket. The big question here is, are you going to be Blockbuster, or are you a ChangeBUSTER? You don't have to be Super Mario, Superman, Wonder Woman, or even a Mighty Mouse to be a ChangeBUSTer. You are a ChangeBUSTer when you are at your weakest moment. When you hit bottom and gone 6 feet down further, that's when you become a ChangeBUSTer. And all you need to do to be a ChangeBUSTer is make one little move. Movement creates more movement. That's being a ChangeBUSTer. When you are faced with a hard change in your life, be a ChangeBUSTer. And you might want to try these 2 things. When you wake up in the morning, make a list of these little accomplishments, these little things that you will do today. They can be very little things. You go to the store to buy a carton of milk. That is an achievement you will do today. You will make yourself dinner. You will spend half an hour with your spouse, your kids. The little things you can do today, and you can actually do them and achieve them. Because these little things that you will accomplish get you those little victories to the big victories. It gives you a sense of achievement and will move you forward. Secondly, when you wake up in the morning, think of something that will give you joy, pleasure, and happiness, and do that every day. When you're looking forward to something pleasurable, it will take you through any of the toughest days you're going to face. Those 2 things may help you be a ChangeBUSTer. And isn't it funny how when you're faced with an easy change, you can go through it. You look back on that thing. You look back at Nintendo and say, why did I ever want that in the first place? These little insignificant temporary desires we had that we once wanted. Never regret it. Never regret wanting that thing. Because in that very moment, it was exactly what you wanted.
Oh, beautiful.